Litecoin and Bitcoin Daily Update. What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. Before I begin, I want to give a shout out to everybody that has subscribed and, helping the channel grow. I really appreciate that. And before I begin, I want to ask, if you haven't already or you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. And then if you tick the little notification bell, that'll get you notified when I post new videos. Also, if you could, give it a giant thumbs up and leave comments. Let me know what you think of the video after you watch it. So we're going to start out with Litecoin, then we're going to go into Bitcoin and take a look at where we might be headed. Stick around.
1, 2, 3, go!
All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. And anybody that's doing any investing or any trading in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile and risky. And with that being said, let's dig into the charts here. All right, so you can see this channel I've had drawn here. And obviously, we popped out of it over here and came back down in, kind of like a bull trap here. And then we came back up and we've came back on top, and what I'm looking for is this daily candle to close above it to verify what I think is going to happen, which is we have more of a move up. And the measurement here is, let's do the measured move from the breakout, the flag, and put it up here where we broke out. And as you can see, it's right up here in the $56 range. And we're going to go into the 4-hour chart too and look at it a little closer and kind of explain what I think is going on here. So I'm going to go into the RSI. As you guys know, I really like the RSI. It gives me a good idea of what's going on in the market. So and as you guys know, if you watch my channel, I don't use a whole lot of indicators. I just think it creates a bunch of noise. I think the better you get at just a few indicators, it's a lot easier to be a little more accurate in price action especially. So, all right, looking at the daily, I've got this rising wedge pattern drawn here in the yellow. And as you can see, it looks like, it's possible we come back down, touch the bottom of this wedge again, and then obviously, come back up and test the top of the wedge. And after that, I think we'll probably have a correction. But let's go into the 4-hour chart, and then we'll go into the 4-hour RSI also in Litecoin. So all right, here's the 4-hour chart, and this is what I'm looking at, guys. I still have my targets up here, the 53, 56, and 50, 58, 59 area. So, all right, here's how we've gotten those. Do a measured move here real quick, show you to where the breakout was. And hold on, this breakout was right around here. That's what gets me to my 56 right here. The 53 I've had drawn here for a while, and it's right into this cluster here. And that's why that's there. But I like, if you've been watching my videos, I strongly am looking at this $56 range for Litecoin. Let me get back out of this. And what you're going to do, I'll show you how I got the higher measured move also. And how you get those is you take a measured move on the whole channel and to where the breakout was. And let's look at where that would bring us. That brings us up to that $59 range. And that's, if you look over to the left of the charts, you can see we had support and resistance in this area quite a bit. And that's what leaves me to believe to that one. But my conservative move on that is $56 range as of now, guys. And I'm going to go into the 4-hour RSI now, just show you what I'm looking at here, which would make sense on what we have going on. So, all right, if you look at this, I have this rising broadening wedge, and obviously our RSI is still kind of high, and I see us going back down into test the bottom of this wedge, and then another move up to right around the same area as we were over here. And if you look across from here, you know, we had a lot of support and resistance right in that area. So that makes sense that we would, you know, come back down to this area in the 4-hour. And if you, let me show you real quick how that works. If you look at this area here where we had the last breakout, and we came down, and we didn't come down that much, but the RSI, as you can see, reset down here. And that's what I believe is happening here. The RSI is going to reset. And what I'm looking for is to stay on top of this channel. And I'm going to go into the 1-hour and to get a look at what's going on. All right, so obviously it's staying on top of this pretty well. And if you look over here, when we got above, we came back down, tested it for resistance or for support. We got support, came back up and back down, and we broke through. And then we had all this consolidation and gave it another try. Well, this time it seems that we're staying above it. And this line is line to watch, guys. If we drop below this, I believe, you know, our next line of support is back down here in the $41 range. And then after that, $39 range. But if it continues to drop, I still have this range here right in the $34, $35 range, where we would go back down to the bottom of the channel, which is quite possible. But until this line is broken, I believe for now that we are going to continue on up here. And I'm going to show you what I believe. Let me go into, well, we'll stay into the 1-hour. I'm going to pull this down. And this is just, you know, just kind of an example of what could be happening. And we could be making a bull flag here. And we do a measured move off that bull flag, off the breakout over here. It would get us somewhere in that $53 range that I had drawn up here. So that's how I get these. That's how I get these targets, guys. If you're wondering and you're watching, I suggest you get on TradingView or whatever application, or, you know, just get some kind of charting started and start your own charting and start learning this stuff. And, you know, it really helps. And the more you do it and the more people you watch to get different techniques, you know, and then kind of build your own technique, and it really helps. It really helps to start figuring out how the market works, what makes it move. I'm not into all the sentimental analysis and the fundamental analysis. I think the charts alone, if you learn how to read the charts, you don't have to get into all that. That just takes, you know, a lot of time, and I think a lot of it is over analysis. But that's just my opinion. You know, if it works for you, great. But I like to keep it simple. And so far, it's been working out for me, so I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go into Bitcoin, guys, and see what we're looking at. Again, just a reminder, give it a thumbs up and leave comments. Let me know what you think. And subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. So, all right, same thing. Looking at this symmetrical wedge we've been watching for quite some time. Now, what I'm looking at here is I really... everything here is telling me we've got quite a bit more move up, and I'm going to show you why and how I got this measured move here. Measure the widest part of the symmetrical triangle and where we broke out, and that gets us right up into this $5,000 range. So that is my medium term target, is at $5,000 range, and of course if we do make it up there, you know, then we'll probably come back down, test this white line, which is a falling wedge I have drawn from way up top. So, but you know, that's kind of a little ways away for now, but that is my longer term target for now. And I'm going to get into, I'm going to show you guys how this worked real quick. So just hopefully you guys learn from this, but you can see I had this bull flag drawn here. And if we do a measured move of where we broke out, which would be right in there, measure the bull flag, and then we go up top of the bull flag where we broke out, and as you can see, that lines up almost perfect with that. So that's how I came up with the, you know, the target I had in that area. And I took this $38.50 range was my conservative target, and that's, you know, that obviously hit, and it's become pretty significant area. So I'm going to go into, we're going to check the RSI and kind of look at what's going on here now. Excuse me. The RSI still has room to move up. And what I'm looking at, if we go over here, if you look at where we broke out of this descending triangle, and I said we'd have a nice move up, and that's what's happening here. So if we look over here, you know, we had this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move. Okay, but when we got up to the top here, we came down because we had to cool off the RSI. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. We'll try to get it in there. Well, it's going to be kind of hard to see right now, but I believe we're doing this. Sorry about that, guys. I believe we're doing the same pattern now. We come up here, you know, come back down, pop up into here, come back down, and make kind of the same move here, which if you look at it, it actually looks like a head and shoulders. Now, that's kind of a crappy drawing, but actually looks like a head and shoulders, and I believe that's probably what we're going to see over here. And again, this is my opinion. This is just my analysis. Nothing's 100% guaranteed, but that is what I'm seeing right now. So, oops, let me get that off of there. Now I'm going to go into the 4-hour and see what we're looking at the 4-hour RSI, and then we'll go to the 4-hour chart. Obviously, this is the descending excuse me, guys. The symmetrical triangle that we were watching, and I had told you when we come back down and test this that we would get a nice bounce, which we have. Now, just like in Litecoin, as you can see where this one we got up and away in the over bought range, and then we come back down, and that wasn't a very large drop, but in the RSI it reset us enough to go back in, and that's what I think we're going to be looking at here. And I'm going to show you what I think's going on here. Again, we're in the 4-hour, guys. So now in here, I believe what we're going to see, it could go a couple different ways. You know, this could end up being a short bull flag like this, and we could come back down into this area here. Oh, sorry guys, I wanted to show you one more thing in the daily. If you guys are looking at what lines I have here, these are my EMAs, and I use the 8, the 14, and the 21 EMA are these ones down here. This is my 55 EMA, and then my 200 EMA, which is up here. So I like to keep an eye on these because when they cross, we usually get big moves. And as you can see right here, I don't know if you guys can see it. Whoops. Get out of there. Sorry about that. Too early in the morning for me, guys. But this is the 8 EMA right here, and that is about to cross the 55 right here. When that crosses, we may get a nice move up, or when we hit it, we may get a little rejection, come back down. But that has big significance on when it's going to move. If you look, let's go back in here. Oh, right here where, you know, you can see where these were all crossing, and look at the big spikes we get when they cross over. So if I look over here, you know, from our big move down from 6,000, I'm sure we'll see a big crossover, in which we did. We actually seen a crossover up in here, and then once we came down, all the EMAs got under the 55, and then it was, you know, just all down from there. So if we can get the EMAs over the 55 down here, you know, that'll confirm my bullish move here up to the $5,000 range. And another thing, that $5,000 range, guys, I don't expect a candle shooting straight up. I expect, you know, some it's kind of just give you a sloppy drawing of what I expect, but I probably something along this line, you know. But after this, I believe we'll have a big correction, probably come back down into this, you know, into this range on the top of this white line, which is, I'll zoom out so you guys can see it, is the falling wedge pattern I have drawn in here. So what I see is, you know, attempt to break this. If we don't break this right around, you know, the $4,500 range and we get rejected, then the correction may start there. But as of right now, this is what I'm looking at. So let me go down here. We're gonna go into the 1 hour over here. Sorry guys, I'm not all with it this morning. I'm got a lot of stuff to do today at work, so that's on my mind. But anyways, as you can see here, you know, we can come down quite a bit, and what we may see is something just like over here. If we look at this, I don't believe it's gonna play out that long like this one did, but if it does, it would probably, you know, be something around like that and then back up. But what we got to watch is to keep this support. If it does break and we break below, then like I said, you know, we're going to probably come back down and test this 36.44 range, which was extremely significant. But until this is broken and we break down through it, I don't believe that we're going to go down too far. I think this is probably going to hold as support. We may drop down, get a little bear trap and pop back in, but I do believe this is going to hold as support for our next move up. And the next measured move up from here would be, oh, where did I have it? Depending. All right, the next measured move up from here would be somewhere, depending on where it breaks out, guys, somewhere in the $4,100 range. So what I'm going to do is put a target there so we can keep track of that. Let's put it right about here. So yeah, right around the $4,100 range is where we're going to put this target. Between the $4,100 range. We'll keep that there. And again, guys, I hope I'm able to help people and kind of, you know, help you guys learn and start doing some charting on your own instead of trying to follow other people's calls. I'm not saying not to watch them and get ideas, but just don't depend on people for their calls. Even me, you know, nobody's perfect. Nobody's 100%. This is all, you know, just based on TA, and people do TA different and get different signals too, and using different indicators. But this is where I'm at as of now. My next target's 4,100, as long as we don't break down through this, so through the top of the symmetrical triangle here. So it's about it for today, guys. So if you haven't already, click the subscribe button, which is the Crypto Savvy logo above my head right here, and that'll get you subscribed. Tick the little bell, give me some Give the channel some thumbs up and leave your comments. Really helps the channel out, guys. I appreciate it. And I want to give a shout out to everybody that has subscribed and has been talking and making comments with the channel. I really appreciate it, guys. Been helping out a lot. Have a good day.